they don't even realize it until like if you're coaching them on one thing and they try it over and over and it finally works or they get it and they see how it works. I love that.
But I do think in the live virtual training space, it is nice to build that community amongst each other and having that foundation of when I tell a joke, I want to see people smiling. I want to see them laugh. So it always brings me joy for sure.
All right, everybody, this is an exciting, ridiculously amazing insurance agent podcast because we're introducing some new friends on the APP team. You may have seen them, you may have heard them, but this is our tell-all eHollywood true story of each one of these lovely ladies that has joined our team. So you already know Stephen Harrington-Descoteaux and I. That's how I remember how to spell his name, just in case anyone's wondering. But I'm just going to go around the Zoom room. If you guys can all just introduce yourselves, say what you do at APP, a little background, and then we'll dive into getting to know these ladies a little bit better. So Sarah, you are top on my Zoom room.
Love that. My name is Sarah. I am a virtual development trainer at APP. I have 10 years of experience working in the insurance industry. I have worked in IT and claims and customer service with a high focus in learning and development. My goal here at APP is to help independent insurance agencies sharpen their skills, streamline their processes, and ultimately discover exceptional client experiences.
That's awesome. All right. Next is Latoya.
Hello, everybody. I am Latoya, and I am a agency performance partner with APP. Definitely excited to be here. I have 25 years of insurance, not to date myself. I'm still in love with this industry. Ever since I joined 25 years ago, I have managed a team with over 100 people in various departments. Kind of have touched some of everything across the industry and love to help get agencies organized, people on track, and have fun while we do everything all at the same time.
Awesome. Thank you, Latoya. And next up is Gina.
Hi, I'm Gina. I come with about 16 years of experience in the industry. I've worn many hats, from working in a call center on the phone, worked my way up through management. I ran 3 captive agencies at one point before I ventured into the independent world. And now I'm excited to join APP and take my passion for helping people grow, develop themselves, and watch the agencies do the same thing.
Amazing. So we have some new products and services here at APP. So Sarah's going to lead up our new live virtual training where you can enroll a team member in small group training for 10 weeks, which is awesome. And Gina is heading up our emerging agency program. We developed a custom program for agencies under 10 team members where the agency owner really needs to stop working in the business and elevate to work on the business, and maybe restructure, and a lot of things that, as you have growing pains, are hard to solve. And then Latoya is here to help work on all the big clients out there that need the on-site TLC and attention to work through everything. So I'm just going to throw out a question, and anyone who wants to answer it, pop in just to spend a little time getting to know each other. So this actually came up in our chat this past week. We were on the phone with a client, and there's something that when people say, there's like 10 phrases that agencies say that make me get like see red. And one of them is, well, that's a Monday. We can't meet on Mondays. And I'm like, it's a work day. Why can't we
still are working?
So that is one that came up this week. I have like 9 others, but I am curious. Anybody want to say like something you hear in an insurance agency that makes you just like, oh my, I'm going to have to fix my face because I need to control my own attitude right now. Anybody want to take that one?
When people that don't typically know the claims process just say like, yeah, anything can happen and it'll definitely be covered.
Oh,
it drives me nuts.
Also an opportunity to get burned by that pretty heavily.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you, Latoya?
So kind of vice versa to your Monday, when people come in and they see Friday as the Friday, and in their minds, it's just off.
Yeah, but it's Friday. Yes.
Yeah, it's still a work day.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely does not excuse past being done, but yeah, that kind of irks me.
Yes, it's the world's changed a little bit on that front. How about you, Sarah?
So my biggest insurance pet peeve is definitely we don't have time to train. People are our biggest investment, and too often training is seen as a one-time thing instead of an ongoing journey.
Yeah, that is. I always laugh. I'm like, well, maybe if they had efficiency training, they would have time to train. What are you so B word doing? Oh, you're doing it the old way. Okay. But Stephen, what's yours?
Mine is when we tried to defend the team's lack of activity. So, meaning we firmly believe in review calls, right? Like a good agency needs to be proactive. And they're like, well, they're dealing with the client facing issues to provide good service. They don't have time for review calls. And I go, well, did they walk in the door, put their bag down, log in, and pick up the phone and make 2 calls, then open their email to the emergencies? Or did they open their emails to the emergencies and 3/4 of the way through the day realize there wasn't time to make the review calls, right? Like we pick our battle, and if we just do it first thing in the morning, before we look at anything else, those emergencies can normally wait an extra 20 minutes. But as soon as we open it and see it, our brain gets all excited. It's all in how we perceive the issue.
I would agree with that. So, next one is when you work with insurance agencies, like we all get to do, what would you say is the thing that gives you the most joy? Like, because that's kind of what keeps like us going. Like, I know for me, it's actually the hardest program we have is the renewal review call program, and it gets dark. Like, the first month is honeymoon. The second month is like, what did we like? I can't do this. There's no way. It's horrible. They're finding things, they're finding their own mistakes. And then like it gets better and the sun comes out. So I love the moment the second half of the program where people actually enjoy them and they stop fighting the process. And I've just done it so long that now I'm like, oh, you're in your grumpy phase. And I know for about 2 to 3 sessions, you're going to want to stab me with a pencil. And I'm going to be bigger than this because I believe in you. And then they get to the end and they'll never say I like it, but they'll be like, they're not so bad.
It just can't give you those words.
Yeah, that is mine. That is mine. But Gina, what's yours? Would you have a moment that like when you've worked with your teams before?
It's similar to that in the sense that when it all just clicks and people have their aha moment, they don't even realize it until like if you're coaching them on one thing and they try it over and over and it finally works or they get it and they see how it works. I love that because that's only a feeling they can give themselves as much as you help them. And I like when they can experience that.
That's cool. That's cool. How about you, Latoya?
I would probably say once you've turned everybody's life upside down, kind of the end result when everybody has a smile and has more organization in their life and they're just happier people.
Yeah, there are a lot of moments like that. How about from the live virtual trainers, Sarah? You get all these people on a call.
So something that brings me the most joy is definitely seeing people with their cameras on. I know we come from a virtual space where, working from home, the joys of it is, oh, I get to show up to work in my pajamas and like with my hair not done and no makeup. But I do think in the live virtual training space, it is nice to build that community amongst each other and having that foundation of when I tell a joke, I want to see people smiling. I want to see them laugh. So it always brings me joy for sure.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I was just going to kind of piggyback on what Sarah just said about being in a virtual space and wearing pajamas. Like whenever COVID happened and kind of everybody went to work from home, out of the office from home, it was still a personal goal.
Yeah.
You don't go to work with pajamas on, so you're not going to do it from home. So I literally put on clothes as though I was actually going to the office, got my purse, brought it in here and set it beside me. And I still do it to this day. I still do
You
it.
put her little lunch away.
I'm going to work.
That's funny.
I love that.
Like setting the mood.
Yeah. Did you go back out to your car on the way out and just like shut the door? Like, used to be there.
Open and close the door.
Yeah. How about you, Stephen?
I love when people realize they could do things they didn't know they could do. So, like, one of my favorite things is getting a service team to be able to sell, but not feel like they're selling. Like,
Right.
you're providing value to the client, you're educating them. And suddenly, when the light bulb clicks and they're all just doing it, a lot of times we find they actually outproduce some producers. And then the producer's like, they're taking all the lead. And then I'm like, no, you just didn't ask, and they did. So I think it's kind of like when the light bulb clicks and people feel empowered or understand finally what their role is a great part of that.
Yeah, that is it. That is an amazing part of it all. So I am curious, what is everybody's favorite like project or thing to train on? Mine is accountability. I love working like, because you walk into some of these agencies and like they haven't written someone up in 700 years. They don't even know what to do. Like the receptionist at the agency I was just at literally has her own earbud in, like talking to her family in between phone calls. And I was like, this is your director of first impressions? Like, well, she's been doing it for like 10 years. I'm like,
Exactly.
everybody complains that she doesn't pick up the phone. So like, I'm so confused. And they're like, well, we let her do it. And like, now you got to tell her not to. And they're like, what happens if she doesn't, what she says no? Then you say, then no, you can't work here. Like she's literally talking to her family half the time. So that's not appropriate. And then they just kind of look down at their feet. And then they're like, will you tell her with us? Like if that's what it takes. No problem. No, not a problem. I got no problem on that. So that's mine. I love working with people on increasing the accountability to a viable level that, and a lot of times, again, people call us because things are not perfect. So this has probably been going on for a long time and there's a little reckoning that happens. So that is mine. Latoya, what's yours?
I would probably say coming up with processes or procedures. I am a person who everything should have an order, everything should have a place, and everything should be in. And
I like that.
Like there's no questions asked if everything is being done the way it should be and is in place where it should be.
Yeah. Well, it's clarity of kind. You're clarifying what should be done in your expectation, right? Which is huge. How about you, Sarah?
Mine is definitely Insurance 101. Being a facilitator on the captive side of insurance, I would work with people who had never worked in insurance and some of which had never even had an insurance policy. So it was like really nice to make sure that they have a strong understanding, not only to lead other people, but then also to be able to look at your own policy or get a policy and have an understanding of how it works and where the coverage applies. So that's definitely one of my favorite topics to go over.
And that's why Sarah's here, because it is not my favorite topic. I feel like I just don't have that capacity in my head any longer. How about you, Gina?
I really enjoy helping to coach on how to coach and how to develop your team. Because I think a lot of times we hear things like, well, why can't you get your team to sell more? Or why can't you get your service team to do this? But some leaders have never really been given that foundation. And I'd like to help them learn how to coach different learning styles to address within their team. And it's kind of like a puzzle that we can all fit together.
Oh, that's nice. I'm so mean, apparently. I'm like, I want to smash everybody and get them into alignment. Everyone else is like, I love Insurance 101. I'm like, I want to get rid of weak leaders.
They can choke on my puzzle pieces if they don't like it.
I think it's just more like, you ever see like Bar Rescue or like any of those, and it's like they come in and they're like, you wonder why you have all these problems, like you haven't cleaned the floor here in like 5 years. And it's like, it's so obvious to me, but I guess they're used to stepping on sticky floors. I don't know. But Stephen, what's yours?
I like finding the next leaders at an agency and like helping the current leaders like empower or train them up. It might not be a today thing, but really being intentional about investing some energy while you're also freeing your own time by training them to do some of those lower level things that you don't have to do. You just need the results from. So spending the time between the two. I also love like buy me a round trip airfare ticket and I will come and fire people for you. Like I am not afraid of a difficult situation. I am not afraid of confrontation. We will get you gone if you need to be gone. But I also believe in fairness, so it needs to be well documented on your way out.
One of the leaders at an agency was just we just launched them and they go, she's exactly what I thought a consultant would be. And I was like, what does that mean? He goes,
Right.
no nonsense. She was straight to the point and you just know you don't mess with her. I was like, that's fair.
Take it.
Take it. Check. That was not offensive. So just to kind of, wrap things up, I'll say this, this is getting released and the year is going to change. So what would be one wish you all have for the insurance industry in 2026? And I'll see if anybody wants to take it first.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about this one. We have to tell our clients why they do business with us. We have to be proactive and show them the love and the fact that we are there to service them with a smile. Thank you. Yes, no, whatever it may be, we still have to show the love and help them understand the value of working with us.
I
Because
love
there's
it.
lots of options and we're the most difficult one most of the time.
All right, you pick who gets to go next.
I'm going to go for Sarah because we have the same initial because I might have downloaded her background earlier.
My biggest wish for the insurance industry, especially on the independent side, is to fully embrace technology and modernization without losing that personal touch that makes you unique. I feel like coming from an IT perspective, a lot of new technology is built to make your life easier. So definitely rely on those resources and pieces of technology you have. And if you're not sure how to use them, find some resources to help you out. Technology is your friend, not your enemy.
Awesome. Who do you want to go?
I'm going to pick Gina.
I think I'd like to start to see conversations be more educational with customers and not so like price driven, or even if we're explaining why prices go up because it is impacting all of us, just helping people understand that it's an investment and it's not just like another product they're buying off of any shelf, and that there's an importance behind what they're getting.
I like it. That goes now with Latoya.
I would love to see more agencies consistently document their agency management systems. System issues can be avoided if you just do what you got to do.
100%.
It also makes things more efficient because people can back each other up. Like you don't realize how inefficient is, which I will just say my second least favorite thing that people say in an insurance agency is, well, my customers. And they think that their customers only want to talk to them. And I'm like, well, if there was documentation in a management system, they could talk to other people. But my customers only want to talk to me. And I'm like, well, then you should never take a bathroom break. Hopefully you're buying
No lunch, nothing.
no lunch. Never get sick.
Never.
My hope for the independent insurance industry is actually that we stop feeling like we have to hold on to dead weight of people who are not on the bus, who are resistant to change, who are resistant to doing things the way that you want to be because you feel like, well, there's no good people. There's no this. They've been with me for so long. And I like to say, like, they earned a paycheck every week for being with you. And if you've done what Latoya said, like get processes, if you've trained them, if you've given them clarity, you've given them the tools, at what point, this is my favorite thing to say, at what point would it become insubordination? At what point would not documenting the system be insubordination? And you could tell me that I need to catch it 273 times. Okay, let's start the tracker. But, I think so many people tiptoe around it because interviewing kind of sucks and training people is hard and they're not really good at finding good people and they're terrified of taking a green person and training them. But all the tests we've run with national agencies, the green people are running circles sometimes around the seasoned veterans because the veterans are overthinking, underutilizing technology, have a lot of, like what Gina said, price sensitivity and head trash. And the newer ones are just, okay, great. I'm going to use the technology because that's all I know. The newer ones are just, they don't have the same level of jadedness as the old veterans. And I can put myself in that bucket. And I just encourage the old veterans to let it go like Elsa and just decide on January 1 to come in with a fresh approach. And I encourage agency owners to say if they're not working for you, they're working against you. So in the words of Jason Cass, if you can't change your people, you change your people. The weakest link is now what everybody follows. And I think I always tell agencies, you deserve better. And for a lot of these agency owners, they're so generous, so kind to the team that respect is not reciprocated in adoption or performance or embracing change or following a procedure. Where, like, to Latoya's point, like, work from home, casual this, everybody's bringing lunch in, bonuses, Christmas parties, get out of work early on Friday because it's summer. And then it's like, could you document a file? I'm busy. It's like, okay, well, that's good. So this is our new team, guys. We obviously have more people. We'll hopefully meet some of them. We have a bunch with cover desks that are onboarding. But guys, welcome. Thank you for being here. And this will be the first time of many that you will see them on the podcast. So we wanted to do a little introduction. So thank you all for joining. And we hope to have you guys listen to our next podcast. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.